You sit over here. You sit over here, brother. Yo, you better watch out. Hey, brother. This is my brother, bro. Okay? Hey, come on, chill. Come with me, okay? Okay. You, get out the car. Out the car. Okay?
Calm down, he's
Get out the car.
I gotta go to the hospital, my leg.
Yeah, we gonna get you to the hospital.
If you didn't catch it, this tweet went viral saying, "There's holes in the passing of KingVon. If you truly investigate it, you'll notice it. If anything, he would have been the one to fake his own death for all the murder cases he was about to face." Right after KingVon's death, his name was tied to the lead role in FBG Duck's killing, as police revealed he paid O-Black members $100,000 along with diamond O-Black chains for the hit. Soon after, he was also linked to several other Chicago murders, as detailed in the Trap Lore Ross KingVon documentary. That was the moment when close friends of F took to Twitter and posted, "Vaughn made it through his 2 surgeries, then woke up screaming for his firearm. He went into shock, then passed away. He only had 1 surgery to go."
Vaughn made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the 2nd surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know, talking about some, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital that quick?
because she was there at the hospital.
This means KingVon was still alive even after being shot. He was alive inside the hospital. But with this information now coming out, many are questioning how. Lucy knew 2 years ago that he had no firearm, when this detail was only revealed just this week.
Like you said, the KingVon situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even,
KingVon
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security,
all of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole KingVon thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over
bro.
everyone right now.
That me up, bro. Because I like KingVon.
This made the story even more confusing and deeply suspicious. Even KingVon's cousin Bo revealed that his own security guard allowed Von to get into a fight with Quando. Then, that same bodyguard vanished from the scene, and no one has seen him since.
Security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the f you let him walk over and fight? You ain't even supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. But that security guard, it's something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird shit going on.
With the security deleting his Instagram, no one has seen him since. But when you dig deeper into his passing, you begin to see the holes in the story of KingVon's death. And then the truth starts to unfold. On November 5th, 2020, KingVon and his crew headed to a club in Atlanta for his album release party. The night was meant to be a grand celebration of life and success for KingVon, but no one knew it would end so quickly. The reason was clear. KingVon had many enemies. Growing up in a place as dangerous as O-Black, he knew the risks of being caught out in public. That's why, on the way to the club, Von's crew moved 20 to 25 deep, spread across 8 vehicles, all rolling up to the party. Even Von's manager, 100K Track, spoke about the extreme security measures Von always took.
I travel with one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more securities. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
However, later that night, everything would change. Von acted out, putting his entire life in danger. Up until then, the party was going great. Everyone was enjoying themselves, celebrating the success of his brand new album. But the night came to an end around 2:30 a.m., when Von and his entourage began leaving the club. The plan was to head back to the Airbnb for the night, but at the last moment, Von changed everything.
Everybody's mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours wasn't getting paid for it. I didn't have no acknowledgement of his team. Didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
While the entire crew was set on going to the Airbnb, KingVon suddenly told his driver to head to another club, known as the Monaco Lounge. That single decision would be the first of many that led to the tragic end of KingVon. But from this point on, things start to look very suspicious.
Everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey, bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey, bro, you know, we here by ourselves. Like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
This is where things turn strange. The people inside KingVon's truck only told the rest of the crew that he had changed plans to Monaco once they were already at the new club. When the rest of the team found out, they immediately made U-turns and rushed over. But they arrived at the worst possible time. The moment Von's manager got to Monaco, he sensed something was wrong. Von wasn't acting like his usual upbeat self. Instead, he was unusually quiet as his crew pulled up, preparing to enter the club. Yet KingVon stayed seated in the back of his Escalade, not speaking, just on his phone.
Some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30, 35 minutes.
That's when 100K Track jumped into the truck to help him. And only then did Von finally agree to step into the lounge. But because of Monaco's strict club rules, Von's crew had to leave their firearms inside their trucks. So instead, they sent security in first to sweep the club, making sure everything was safe before Von walked in.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, you know, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
But without even knowing it, the real danger was waiting outside in the parking lot. That's because Quando Rondo was sitting in his car with a few of his gang members, catching some sleep. While Von and his crew were still waiting for the all-clear to enter the club, one of Von's security guards, whose job was to watch the lot, spotted Quando in the vehicle. He then turned to Von and said, "Did you know Quando is here?" In that instant, KingVon jumped out of his truck and sprinted straight toward him.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
With KingVon reacting instantly, leaping out of his truck and rushing to confront Quando, his team tried desperately to calm him down, begging him not to start a scene. But nothing could stop him. Von stormed around the front of the white vehicle and without hesitation started swinging on Quando.
Jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Only a few seconds into the brawl, Quando's best friend, Lil Tim, would then jump out of the back of the white car with his firearm in his hand. He would end up using it to defend his brother Quando, hitting KingVon multiple times across his body. He also hit Van's manager once in the leg as well. However, some of Van's members were still strapped. They would instantly retaliate on Lil Tim, making him fall to the ground only a few feet away. But with the noise eclipse going off in the area, 2 off-duty officers working security down the street, as well as 1 on-duty officer, would then pull up to the scene. On a 321 count on their walkie-talkies, they would all unleash multiple rounds into the area, ended up hitting one of KingVon's gang members and ending his life. During this, Von lied right in the middle of the street with Quando on top of him. People believe that Quando was trying to snatch Van's chain before fleeing the area. But 100K Track believes Von was holding Quando there to shield himself.
Was he trying to take Von's chain or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong. Like, he was literally holding him.
But once the gunfire stopped and the scene calmed, the desperate race to save KingVon's life began. His closest friend, Muop, ran straight into the middle of the street, knocking Quando out of the way and lifting Von into the getaway car. At the same time, Quando and his crew sped off in the white truck. As Von's team rushed him into their vehicle and raced toward the hospital, they didn't even realize they were driving right beside Quando's car on the highway the entire time. Von was still conscious during the ride, and members inside. The car later revealed he was trying to keep everyone calm, telling them not to worry and assuring them he would be okay.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself, from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
After arriving at the hospital, KingVon was rushed straight into the operating room, where he survived 2 out of 3 surgeries before suddenly passing away, reportedly after being startled by a nurse.
Made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper KingVon from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange.
With this, stories spreading like wildfire online, Lil Tim would go on to give his very first interview a year later, where he spoke about how KingVon tragically lost his life.
I was like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was KingVon, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f him shit like that, because I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
Lil Tim survived his hospital injuries, but during surgery he was actually handcuffed to his bed and charged with the death of KingVon. Yet after multiple hearings in court, those charges were dropped. His attorney confirmed in August 2023 that the case against Mr. Leaks, better known as Lil Tim, was dismissed before ever reaching indictment. This fueled growing suspicion that KingVon never truly died, which is why many believe Lil Tim was never indicted, instead staying on the run and hiding from the murder charges that should have been waiting for him.
Check it out, I'm gonna walk over here and see this Von picture. I know it's a lot of ops on this. I'm letting y'all see where I'm at. Why is this black truck still right here? Man, watch that truck. Watch that truck right there.